Hey y'all, it's Brittaineay. If you don't know me, I do makeup and fashion. I don't come on here enough to talk about myself sometimes, but I wanted to get into a look that I had done the other day, and it was really pretty, and I was like, space alien vibes. Like, I'm gonna recreate it and then add some extraness because I'm like, I just didn't get enough time that day to add all that stuff. So we're gonna go in with some of my favorite palettes, which is by Nomad Cosmetics, and we're gonna recreate that really pretty look that I did that my mom was just like, wow. So I'm like, well, she's wilding over it, and a few other people probably would like it too. Even though this is gonna seem sponsored, it's not. I've not gotten paid one single thing from any of these palettes. They're just absolutely beautiful, and I am on their PR list, which thank God, because they have the most beautiful shades. But anyways, we're gonna go in with Nomad Cosmetics, and then this, I cannot pronounce any of this, but I will hold it there for you if you know how to pronounce it, or if you want to type it in. I'll also link all of the palettes down below. But we're gonna start off with this really pretty orchard color. I mean, orchard shade. It's a pink shade, but it's called Orchard, and their quality is really good. I'm not being paid by them. I haven't had any money off of them or anything. I just absolutely love all of their palettes, and all of their pigment is like really, really good. Just every single time, I've never had a problem like blending or anything, and I gravitate for them every single time. So I'm just like, I want to tell you guys, because I don't always come on here often and do my makeup anymore for y'all, and I am so sorry. I just been in like such a craziness. We're gonna go in with Violent Sprawl Brewing. I don't know, but that's a really pretty color. Yeah, just one thing after another has happened in life, and I actually got caught up in trying to help my family a lot, as much as I could, with making money. And I will be honest that a lot of the clothes that I do, I wound up making money on. So, which is a very blessed moment. But yeah, then I realized that I love doing the clothes. They're absolutely gorgeous. I donate a lot to like anyone and everyone who is around me who I don't need anymore. Like, there's just, I get so many clothes that at this point, I'm like, I go to my mom, I go to my friend, I just like, and then anything extra that I'm like, they don't want or anything, we just wind up donating. So we're gonna take Bromelaid. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's that pink color. And we're gonna go just slightly above the other two shades that we have down. But yeah, so I had actually got just in kind of a rut of doing just clothes, kind of hitting makeup here and there. And I kind of like lost my vibe of like doing art and all that. So the other day when I sat down and did this, and you can be as messy as you want, you can wipe it off, but then it made me like really be like, wow, like, one, I was blessed with these palettes so many times that they gave me life, whatever, and every single time I would sit down and just start playing with makeup, but I'd never show you guys on camera throughout the times, whatever, until like I would like post here and there and you'd see short clips. But then the other day I had gotten a really, really pretty sweet comment that stated she watches my makeup videos, and I just was like, you know, I never even thought that I was, you know, something that people were like actually watching when it came to makeup, because I sometimes would just get stuck in a rut where I like don't talk, or I get like shy, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person anymore, because there's a lot to me, even though I feel like there's days that I'm just like, I'm pretty boring, but at the I feel like SpongeBob, boring. But I feel just like, this is life. But yeah, I think we all are going through the same exact thing. We're all having like money struggles, life struggles, and I was just like, you know what? I used to kind of like get so heavy in makeup that I'm like, I have to have it professional looking, and I have to be like, you know, real basic when it comes to it. But I'm like, I love to talk. I will talk your head off. I will drive you insane, and that's me. So if you like that, I'm here to talk your head off and show you makeup and kind of help teach you something along the way if you didn't know it. And maybe you can help me along the way. I don't know. But I'm here. We're doing it. And I'm releasing this little ball of energy that I'm like a little wound up little chihuahua thing. Release everywhere. Okay, so we're actually going to go in with the second palette. And like I said, every palette I used for this look was Nomad. So this is by This is called Beachy and Peachy. And just in case you couldn't see what the front says, but their palettes, again, they always bring the detail. They have the big mirrors in them, and they're always just like so pretty. But we're going to take a flat brush, which is, all of the brushes I'm using are by Morphe, not sponsored, not getting paid. I actually think all of these brushes actually came in the James Charles set at that one time, and I would love another one. Don't know where they're at, can't find another one, but Key Lime Tom is what we're going in, and it's this really pretty green, minty looking color. A flat brush and a concealer. I was like, oops, just gonna go in here, and I'm like, wait, hold on, that's not what I did last time. Okay, so we already kind of put that green. You could just like pat that down if you're like, oh man, I messed up. Okay, it's totally fine. Like I said, we can be as messy with all of this as we want. Okay, so I just want to get back into doing makeup looks. I really didn't, like, I don't know, I've been doing all this for about 10 years, 7 years, 8 years, somewhere around there. My YouTube's been around for a minute, and I just, in the beginning, I was having fun. I wasn't really trying to grow. I wasn't like focused on any of this, and then I got to the point where my family got into a bind, and I was like, you know what, like, I really love doing all this. Like, how can I take this more professionally so that way I'm bringing in something for my family as well? So I just got to the point where I did get stuck in not necessarily chasing the money, but just knowing that a lot of this stuff can make money, and that I needed to help my family. So I kind of buckled down and like started focusing on the things that could make me money, and I was still having fun. I absolutely love what I do. Like, that's why I never quit. Like, literally absolutely love doing every little thing that I'm doing. But I just got to the point where I was more focused on the things that could make me money rather than having just the videos like this where I'm just having fun. I'm not getting paid, not gonna throw anything up here. And in the description, if I put, oh, these are the affiliate links, those are for everything else, like for everything else that I do have and I do wear and I do like promote, whatever, that if you want to support that, it would be lovely and it will help me earn commission and everything. But I'm not gonna, I'm trying to bring back the videos where I'm just completely raw, where I'm not even focused on doing any of those like money things. Like, I'm still gonna have days where I'm like promoting things that are what I use, what I wear, what I like perfumes, everything like that, whatever, because we're all in this situation where we're trying to support our families and make money and earn all that kind of stuff. But I just want to like start doing more videos like this where I'm teaching and I'm having fun and I'm talking, I'm being silly, and I'm not worrying about like, oh my god, I need to get this money because my family's struggling, Like, I just want to get away from that sense. Like, I'm still gonna do like the clothes, I'm still gonna do the things that like there are affiliate links behind some things and all that, but like I still want to bring, at the end of the day, bring videos like this. They're just fun. They're just not thinking about like, oh, I'm like so worried. I know we're all getting that situation, but to me, I take it so hard because when my family's struggling, I'm like, I used to have jobs. I used to work hard for all the things that I was trying to help with. I used to be able to buy Christmas presents. I used to be able to like, you know, help whenever I could. So going from that and then having a kid and then raising her and staying at home and all that, it really took a toll. And honestly, it was nice to be able to stay home with, you know, my daughter and everything, but like at the same time, there was many days that I was getting in such a funk about not making money like I used to, that it just created this really negative headspace. It created a lot of ties between family, and it just became a really messy process, because when you go from having a job and not having a child and not having to worry about not being able to pay stuff, whatever, it became a really bad place. All of my family became in this one ball of like my family, my other family, like you know how you might have your parents, you have your family you create inside, then you have your in-laws, like every single person that I knew, and you have your siblings and everything. Every single person I knew just all of a sudden, just like one after another, became in this like financial struggle. But yeah, it just became not good for me mentally, physically, health-wise, and everything. So a lot of things were going on that I just kind of shut down. I kind of gotten to the point where I was like, you know, I can't do it all. I want to help every single person. And then financially and all that, like, I wasn't bringing even in enough to like make a dent to help anything. And then when I did start earning, where it was a little bit more than in the past or whatever, then it was more of like, can you give me, and I'm like, I want to, like, but then it got to the point where I was like, oh no, like, I need to look at it in the sense that I need to take care of myself. That way I can at least support my end, so no one's having to, because it became like my mom was always helping me and always continues to help me. And but then I'm like, I was so in a hole with myself that I wasn't able to make money for myself, that a lot of times she's like, oh, I'll cover your lunch, or I'll buy you dinner or whatever. And I was like, thank you, like, don't do it, because I feel bad. But then at the same time, in that moment, in that time, I honestly really needed it, because I didn't have money for myself to pay. My husband, you know, we were struggling a good bit. And so it got to the point where I was like, enough's enough. I hate having to rely on everyone. I hate that everyone is paying for me. And so instead of me looking at it like I need to help everyone else, I was like, I need to take care of myself, so that way no one else has to financially have to keep paying for me. And there are still situations where I do have things paid for me or gifted to me or whatever, by my family and everything. And I do appreciate that. That is not being ungrateful or anything. It's just, I still feel like that guilt trip, because I'm like, I still wish I could take care of them. I'm going to go in with the Key West Dark Purple and just kind of touch out the outer space right here. But, even though I know I had that other purple, but I'm like, oh, this one had a purple too. But, yeah, so it just became a really negative space for a minute, and I kind of like froze. Like, I was still creating content and I was still doing all the things I love, and like there was never a time that I was like, oh, I absolutely can't, like, you know, move forward, because I'm always a person like, you got to move forward. Like, you can't stay in the past, you can't stay in the rut. I'm gonna go back into this palette just so I can touch up the pinks, but I'm gonna take the that one. But yeah, I just got to the point where like I don't stay in just one spot and never move. Like, I'm always a person who's like, okay, it sucks to suck, but we gotta keep going. So I kind of just like started putting my head down, buckling down, and I only focused on anything that could provide money. So all right, the next palette will be their Fiats. I don't know how to pronounce that, honestly, but this is one of the very first palettes I ever received from them, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And honestly, this yellow shade right here had been one of my go-tos for the longest time, because it's like this really pretty iridescent yellowish greenish, and it was just so gorgeous that I always like went after that one. But we're actually going to go in with this rose color, and we are going to take it on the out, or like this portion, so that way we can kind of blend all those colors together, and still keep it like soft and everything. But so I will say and admit that I just got to the point where if it made money, I was doing it. If it didn't make money, like if there was clothes and everything, which I still will stand by this statement in certain situations, if a brand's completely small, completely new, and I can't find anything about any source of like where they're like, you know, they're completely new. I started at being a small creator, and I'm not a huge creator. I take my whole life more professionally, in the sense that I know that there's other people making money and paying for everything, helping themselves, helping their families and everything. And so I was like, why can't I do the same? Like, is there something wrong with me? And so when I actually started looking at it in like the sense that this is my career, this is my everything that I love and all that, and I started being like, if they're doing it, then I can do it too, and I can earn the money and, you know, take care of me, take care of my family when I can and all that. So then that's when I kind of like switched everything, and then I just didn't come here as often. And I would post here and there and everything. I was trying to look for my brush, and I was like, where'd it go? But we're going back in with this palette, and then we're gonna go with the purple on the outer, and then the pink, that pink color on the inner. So But yeah, so I just got to that point where I was barely posting here. Didn't feel like anyone was really watching YouTube or any of that anyway. So it's like, even though what's so silly is I watch YouTube all the time. There's so many creators on here that absolutely love watching. And so, I don't know. I just was like, nobody really wants to watch me. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I got myself in that situation because of me thinking that no one really wanted to watch anything that I had to post or show or any of that. So I just got to that point where I was just like, it's fine. I just won't post as much here. I'll go where the money is, you know, bringing life and helping and all that. And then I just got to this point where I was like, so mentally, it looks so silly right now, but it got to this point where it was so mentally exhausting because I was just so focused on just how could I help my family, how could I help myself, how could, you know, I make this career turn to something that's always providing, like, so. And with us saying that, if you are in that position and or you're thinking about starting a career in social media and all that, I will say that you've got to try to stay focused on why you started it all. And I think that's one of the things that had continued to help me stay pushing forward. I've had so much negativity throughout the times because I'm overweight and I have an apron belly and my body shape isn't the most flattering to some women more than men. There have been men who have talked something about me or whatever, but more women like to come and bash me, which is really funny because I do not do that towards other women. Never have, never will. That's not my character to sit there and be like, oh, let me bash you because you bashed me. But it's just kind of funny to sit there and see that women who have the most body troubles, whether we're going through like I have PCOS, I have a bunch of back issues, I talk about it all the time. I've been trying. There are times that I'm doing great, things are going well, everything is aligned, and then there's other times where that whole situation goes into a stress mode, and then like it just becomes, you know, okay, I'm just taking whatever's left on this brush and trying to blend out that purple a little bit better, but yeah, so there's just moments whenever a woman's body goes through a bunch, whatever, no matter how much you're trying, if you are holding on to all the stress, to all the problems and all that, which is what I'm learning through a lot of self-motivation and like self-love, and then a lot of reading more scriptures. And I'm not always in my Bible, but like a lot of TikTok influencers, whatever, they are better at being in their Bible. So then I will compare those scriptures to my Bible to make sure they're on track, whatever, because I want to hear God's word. And so much of that has like truly just helped me to stay guided and then remember like why I started all this. And that was because the love of makeup helped me through a bunch of stress that I used to have. And I will say there's moments I get stressed, but I just don't hold on to it anymore like I used to. Like I used to be so, and that's why I'm here now, because I'm like, I want to talk so deeply about that, because if you're in that situation, it does get better. There are ways and things that you have to find out what works the best for you. And then eventually you could just get to this point where like, you know what, every noise that was ever there is just going to wash away, because there's no longer a space needed in that situation. Because if it's not fulfilling you, not making you happy, not giving you any kind of life or any of that, then there's no space for it. But anyways, we're gonna go in with their new palette, which is Fuji 5 Lakes. It's all textured palette. It's really cool because it's like all of this whole thing is textured, and the little man in the bow is so cute. But and then it looks like this inside. That is what makes me happy though, is showing off other people's makeup brands, supporting, this is Diamond Fuji by the way that I'm gonna go in with, but supporting like other people's, like, I don't know, just like every time that I like to review makeup and all that, that to me is always such a blessing, because in the beginning of all this, makeup was the only thing that ever took any of my stress or depression or any of that away completely, because nobody can tell you how you should do your makeup. Nobody can tell you like, oh, you're doing it wrong. It looks like, even if someone's like, oh yeah, it looks like crap. Okay, well, do I think that? No, because I'm playing around with it. I'm just having fun. Just like art has its own little thing, whatever. But so we're gonna take the other one, New Zealand Stargazing, and this was another really pretty palette of theirs, and I'm gonna go with this one, which I have to show you that is so like really, ooh, you can't see it there. I need to pull this back up and then put it here, and then I'm gonna tap on the screen to show you just like the absolutely, I don't know, why is it, okay, I guess because I'm pale ghost white. Anyways, it's just a really gorgeous shade, but I'm gonna use that for like the brow area. But yeah, just whenever I just like really started thinking about, there's so much more to life, there's like so much things, like positive things that people have been saying. And like the funny thing is, I've never let, like my mom would be like, I'm gonna get back at these people, and I'm just like, it's fine, they can talk all they want, because that's all they're doing is just talking. Like, even if they said it to my face in person, I would just be like, okay, like, how bad is your life that you have to go and diss on somebody else? Like, I'm not, when I was at my lowest lows, I did not go find other people to talk crap about, because that's just not my character. That's not what I'm about. That's not who I want to be. That, like, so even if your whole life is really bad, if you have to go bash somebody, if you have to bash somebody that deep to make yourself feel better, you just need more help. I'm trying to put the palettes back because I'm a very OCD routinal person. But okay, so I'm gonna do a wing eyeliner, and then I'm gonna come in and we're gonna do some paint palette stuff, some little art. And I love this palette. It is by BOBISUKA. I don't know how to pronounce names at the time. So anyways, this is on Amazon. I want to say, don't quote me, but I think it was like 10, 12 bucks, whatever. Really, really good. Water activated. I've had this thing good 3, possibly 4 years, still going into it. I have a Mayron palette somewhere in here, but I have a Mayron palette. I go for this one a lot, and oh my god, I'm so thankful for my mom, because she bought me that for Christmas, the Mayron palette, and I used it for the longest time. But as soon as I got sent this, I just gravitate to this one because it's so small, and it just has gone like so many different colors. But I still like the other one in the sense that like, you can mix the colors, because there's different, like there's multiple blacks and multiple whites and a couple of like lighter shades of green. You know, there's so many different varieties in that pack. So I still do use that thing, but I just, for when I do my eye looks, I use this one more. When I do my face looks, I do that one. Like, I have done full like face creations, and I will use the Mayron palette. But when it comes to my eye looks, I'm all about this one. So anyways, I would say go for both of them, but if you're gonna just do eye looks, definitely this brand, which I will try to definitely find, because I know sometimes Amazon things that have been a couple years will go away. So okay, so I'm gonna show you a little tip how you, oh, it's a trash man. I was like, cool. I always have my window open over here so I can have more light come in, and then I was like, just saw a big floating white cloud. It's a trash man. Anyways, if you get a dropper, which this one is just full of water, so my stuff is falling over here, but anyways, and then, you know, you just continuously make sure you're cleaning it out still and updating it. But you can control how much water you put on these things and everything. So I'm going to try to just do some graphic liner real quick, and then we're going to add some art to it. I'm going to go in with the minty green shade, and then just drop one dot. For me, I just do one dot, and then I'm going to try to show you this process on camera, and then just take it and kind of like roll your brush as you're going back and forth, because that helps you get a more cleaner line, but also you can get like the perfect amount of like line. So I just do this, hold on, and then if you feel like, oh no, it's going out, then just put a little more, just another one drop. That's what I'm doing. It's just another one drop, and then just twirl your brush like we did, and then just make sure that everything is mixed together. If you feel like you get too much, you can always like use the edge of the palette to kind of like scrape it off. and then just go back in. You want to flick it down, so I'm gonna get close to the camera, so I'm really sorry about this, but you want to flick this corner down. So that way it kind of creates that little bit of like sharpness right there. Then I just take a clean makeup wipe and then just wipe any of the excess off. And I try like when you have the fine point brushes, you kind of want to not bend them too much or whatever. So you'll go at an angle and then kind of twirl the brush as you're doing that. And then if you need to, then just pinch and then twirl the brush and pinch and pull out. So just to get a clean brush, but so that way you're not bending the tip of them. These are actually at Sally Beauty, and they are called Winnie Nails Nail Art Brush. That's so silly, but anyways, they were at Sally Beauty for like $3.99, and I was like, I grabbed the pink shade, and then we're just gonna create another graphic line, but we're gonna do I say my famous because I've never seen anyone else really do this. If they have, I'm not trying to take it from them, but I've never seen it happen. So, out, and then connect it, and then this is definitely a multi like little process. Like you can't just one shot. I mean, maybe you can. Maybe you're that talented, but I am not. I am working on my talent, but so I want to show you like, oh no, I messed up. And what do? Okay, you go in with your paint palette, you take the black, you take one dot on this palette. You do not need no more than one dot, and you really need to kind of space out when you're doing this. You need to space it out as far as you can when you're mixing it together, so that way it can kind of become thicker. The less water, the better, because the more thicker it gets, which creates that where it will dry quick. But also you can kind of control the line and how thin. But okay, and then you just, I'm bringing the mirror in closer. I'm so sorry about this, but it makes it where I can see this better. And then you just fix the line, and then you continue to do that until you make that wing eyeliner look so much better. So not perfect, but much better whenever it's not as messy, like, or as crooked, I should say. But anyway, mix these two together. But I'm going to do it on the back of here. You can already see they already mixed colors together. So how we do that is you get your thicker one that's not used for eyeliner. Actually, hold on. I have another brush that's even thicker. Okay, so you get your thicker one, and then you pick up the two colors, but you one drop, and then you pick up the two colors and you kind of smash the thicker one in there, so you're actually getting product on your brush, and then you smash it down on the plate. They even give you like little bubble. Well, I'm pretty sure this is just the design, but it looks like there's a little egg bubble. There you go. That you can actually like kind of create. Okay, and then you do another drop, but you do this in like, for me, I do this in sequence, so that way I can continue to get like the thickness of this paint in the palette, so that way I can do the two mixings of the colors. Okay, so I'm trying to show you this on camera, but you just want enough where you can start to do, you take your makeup wipe and wipe the other color off, but you want to do it just enough so that way when you're doing this, that you can actually have some paint there. So then you drop, and then you pick up the lighter green color, okay, and you have to make sure it's thick. So I'm going to try to show you. As I'm mixing it, it's getting thicker. So, and I'm kind of digging it in there to kind of pull up some of the underneath of that. But when you go in with the lighter shade, you definitely want to make sure it is thick as possible so you have as much, so that way you can mix these two. So I just didn't want too much of a dark green, but I wanted, okay, I'm gonna have to grab another brush. I tried so hard. Okay, I'm gonna pick up more of that lighter green shade. Okay, so that's more like an alien-ish color. The light one was too light, the dark one was too dark. But okay, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, big head, little mouth. Big head, little mouth. Okay, there's his face. I'm gonna color it in. Okay, I'm taking the thicker paintbrush and just trying to map it out right this second. Okay, so they normally have like a little bubble right there. Okay. I don't want to do too much because then it will look so weird. I'm going to do a couple of those like diamond star things with the white, but I'm sorry that I had to keep bringing the mirror in, but I can't see without the mirror. Okay. So I've found it best if you just lay like a dot here, and then go like this, and then you go like this, and then you get it thicker, and then you go down, and then you get it thicker, and then you have a little diamond. Breathing is not on the chart when you're doing this, but okay, let's go ahead and do the little face on the little alien in the mirror. Hopefully this is a little bit better to look at than the other back side of the mirror, but why does the aliens look like Ghostface just with the green face? Like, now that I'm like thinking about that, I'm gonna kind of go in with those like little, I guess, lights on the bottom is what it is, and we're gonna use the white for that. Little face in here. I kind of just like so he's in there somewhere. Kind of want to do like how she's got like the lighting, and kind of like just want to go and take some strokes down here with the green and then put some white in there. So just give me a second to that. Pick up some of that white and then smash it on the top of the lid is what I'm doing right now. It's in the middle, and then we want to create a shadow. So when you're smashing into the middle, it kind of smashes the brush not to be as thick, and then that, like that, where we can just kind of like create a shadow base. It looks messy, I know, but I have a plan. I like watercoloring. When you have watercolor, you like have to smear it out sometimes. First, we add some tweeze. Just want to add just a little bitty tweeze. Alright, and then we're just going to create the little, whatever little triangle things are, because they're not real trees, so. Then I kind of want to mix it with some black, so that way it kind of gives that shadow effect. Picking up some of the black, and then I'm putting it mixed with that water base. And when I say water base, that means it has the very lightest pigment because we want to create a shadow. And in order to do that, you want to keep the water paste rather than like a water mixture rather than a paint mixture. So that way you can tap it out, and then you can just come over here and then like add a shadow. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone who doesn't do this, but it just helped create them to be more shadowy rather than them being a whole, like where you see the tree. It's just more like in the shadow background. So now we will pick up some watercolor and put it on the actual paint, and then we're gonna create that guy. So elbow is on the table. I am propped with my finger against my face. And then we're just gonna create his little arms flying backward. Well, first let's create his body. Okay, hold on. His little body, his little legs. And then I just will do his little arms like this. I love how the man became a stick, like turned from a stick figure to like an actual person, but like is kind of making it where like he's like ah, and then like his like knee is kind of bending, so it looks a little bit more realistic. I can't get his head right. I'm sitting here trying, but create his little hand and then attach it to his little neck and mouth. Okay, does that look like a piece to you? Okay. Okay, this is the completed look. I think it turned out really, really cute, and it was something fun, and I will show you with my hair down because a lot of times I will forget to take my hair down. But yeah, that's definitely something different, something fun. Oh my god, my hair is really messy right now. Oh no, anyways. Hair be wacky right now. But yeah, that is super duper cute. Almost looks better with my hair back. But anyways, and I really like it. I would put fake lashes on, but I'm literally just going to Walmart to get dinner tonight, so don't think I need fake lashes for Walmart. But that is really pretty. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like these long videos where I'm just talking chilling and showing the stuff, like my makeup looks and stuff or whatever. Also, just like chit chat videos would be cool to do too, but you'd have to let me know because I got too much in my head about like what you guys would want to watch from me. So then I just got to the point where I was not doing much of any of the things that I like to do because I was just like, well, what do you want to see? So anyways, again, let me know if this is something you would sit through and watch. And then on top of that, if you want me to do just chatting videos, I don't know, just any videos you want to see me do, honestly, because I kind of do it all, like art videos, DIY videos, talking, makeup, fashion, and I can kind of go into a little bit of like what I do and kind of like also my mic fell, so but and then kind of like how to like kind of do all the social media. Like I could kind of like talk about all that too and how far I've come and grown in ways that you can earn money if that's what you're looking for and all that. But thank you for sitting through this really long video. I think it's like an hour long. I don't know. I'm going to try to chop it down so that way it's in a reasonable time. But anyways, let me know what you like think of this look, because I think it actually turned out really, really pretty. Sorry that I didn't show the stars online. I have to go shopping and I'm running out of time. So, but they're just basic little stars. So y'all have a blessed week. Stay safe, stay naughty, and I will see you again, hopefully sooner than later. Bye, y'all. Here's a look from it outside so you can see how silly and pretty it is. Look outside of it, raining and sprinkling and being bad weather. We're supposed to have a storm coming soon, so it's like, ugh. Here's what it looks like with the rain weather, because as you can clearly tell, like, it doesn't stop raining. We have a storm coming in, but I think I've gotten so many compliments on it and everything, and I think it is so pretty.